I cannot share the screen that I was hoping to share. So now I have to make a slight change. Hold on for just a second, because my slideshow does not want to, I cannot set up the show in the way that I want it. Hold on for just a second. Here we go. So I'll start by sharing my screen. That is currently denied, which is not good. Is there anyone of you that can share the screen instead? I'll try one more time.
Do you have the slides, Tom? Because I am at a different computer from when I had them. I can open that again, though. I can find them.
So let me, no, I have to, I am sharing my entire screen, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, good. I'm happy to hear that. So with that, we've come to the awards and closing session for Kane 2022. What we'll have is, and I cannot see anyone, so I have to rely on Tom and Jane and the others to give me indications of when they want to go to the next page or whatever. But what we have is 4 agenda items. The first is Tom and Jane will, yes?
I think you're not seeing slides, we just see your browser with the Kane conference room.
That is not good.
Which appears to be frozen.
You froze us in 3 positions.
Let me start one more time and see if I can make it happen now. Entire screen. Allow. And if I now show these slides, do you see them?
No slides.
No slides. Jane, did you manage to find the link to the slides?
Looking, but I will find it really quickly.
I can find it. I'm trying.
So I.
Okay.
And sorry about that, but I was on slide number 2.
Yep.
And what I wanted to mention there is that we have 4 topics. The first is the Best Paper Award. The second is the Early Career Researcher Award, which, as we announced at the opening, will be in the name of Ivica Cinkovic. And it may be, although I do not see them online yet, that Ivica's wife, Gordana, as well as their son, Luca, and maybe their daughter, Thea, will be joining this session. And Gordana just joined the meeting, so she's in there. So I just wanted to mention that that's something that Tom and Jane will talk about. Then I will talk a little bit about Kane 2023, and then finally, I think there is some thanks that need to be given. So very good. So Tom, if you slide number, the next slide. So these are the topics that I just mentioned, and I think that Jane and Tom, maybe you take us through the Best Paper and Early Career Researcher Award. And just as a reminder to everyone, Gordana Dodik-Cinkovic, the wife of Ivica, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year, is in this call as well, because we named the Early Career Researcher Award in his name.
Okay, so I'm going to announce the Distinguished Paper Award. And Jane, if you please go to the next slide. So we had 3 papers nominated for this ACM6Soft Distinguished Paper Award. Just to remind everyone, it was method cards for prescriptive machine learning transparency. It was data is about detail and empirical investigation for software systems with NLP at core. And it was towards a roadmap for software engineering for responsible AI. And it's my pleasure to announce that the ACM6Soft Distinguished Paper Award at Kane 2022 goes to the paper Towards a Roadmap for Software Engineering for Responsible AI by Jingguo Lu, Lingming Zhu, Shiwei Zhu, John Whittle, and Zhang Xing. Congratulations to all of the authors.
Okay, so just give everybody a chance to congratulate them. We wish that we could actually hand the certificate to you. Congratulations to you, Mark, and to your team. So, okay, and as we mentioned, we are going to present an Early Career Research Award. We really, our whole team wanted to do something to honor and to commemorate Ivica. As Jan already shared, I'm sure, earlier on, he was the one that really drove the vision for Kane. He had initially started the workshop on AI software engineering last year, and just had such a passion and such a drive for us to create a conference around it and to build a community that could really pursue this together. And so we wanted to do this, something to commemorate him, and that would continue just beyond this year. And so we decided that we wanted to have an Early Career Award. And for this year, the way that we selected that, Tom and I, as the program co-chairs, based on the reviews from the whole program committee and different recommendations that were made, we looked through the top ranking papers for a paper that had a first author that was early career. That did not mean that they were a PhD student. It could mean that they are a postdoc or that they're early in their career. And as a result of that, the award, the Ivica Grinchevich Early Career Award at Kane, is going to Samuli Latau, and he was the first author on the paper AI Governance in the System Development Lifecycle, Insights on Responsible Machine Learning Engineering. And in talking to Tommy Mikkonen yesterday, he mentioned that there are a lot of advisors on this paper, and that Samuli did an excellent job in taking the lead authorship. So Samuli, if you are here, could you please come into the room, turn on your camera.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm truly honored. Thank you.
So congratulations. Okay. And Jan, I'll turn back to you.
Yes, and I'm afraid that you're still in charge of the slides, Jane, because my screen sharing doesn't work. But if we go to looking into the future, and I think it's important for everyone to realize that we hope to award an Ivica Cinkovic Early Career Award every year. So we hope to also do this in the future. So we're looking to make this a recurring award within Kane. The plans for Kane 2023 have started, which I'm really happy to announce. I mean, we had last year a workshop, Wayne 2021. This year we have the conference, but we plan to continue with this. We also, since ICSE is the leading conference in software engineering, obviously, we intend to continue to co-locate with ICSE, and I'm in discussions with John Grundy, and everything is pointing towards that will actually work out. The thing that is currently unclear is how co-located events as well as ICSE itself will be organized next year. So it may be a purely on-site event. I think many of you know that ICSE will be in Melbourne next year, but it may also be hybrid, and it may even become a fully virtual conference in the same way as we've had this year, which did mean for some people like Tom getting up at 3 a.m., for which I'm very sorry, Tom, but I was happy to see that you just had come back from Germany, so you were still not fully in the West Coast time zone. And of course, for the Australians in the call, we realize that this is very late in the evening, if not in the middle of the night, depending on where you are. But still, it might become a virtual conference for next year. As an organizing team, I have agreed to be general chair for the conference. Ipek Oskaya and Helena Hansen-Olsen, who were involved in this year's conference as industry chair and poster co-chair, have agreed to be program chairs for next year. I'm very grateful to them. Zhenchang Xing from Data 61 has agreed to be the industry chair. And we also have a local chair, if necessary, unless we go fully virtual, in Wakwar Hussain. And the chairs as Kartik, Kartik, I'm not going to even try to pronounce your last name, and Mona Rahimi. As well as for website and proceedings, we have Ankit Agrawal, who has agreed to do that. And currently we're looking for someone who can do the social media and publicity. So if you have an interest in running that, then feel free to reach out to me. So that is for next year. The conference will continue, and we look forward to having many of you as well as many new people participate in the conference next year as well. And if we go to the next slide, Jane. As I think many of you know, that looked really funky for some reason. Yeah, there it built up correctly. Even though there are, of course, a lot of people that contributed to the success of the conference, I really want to mention the key organizers, starting with Jane and Tom, who did an amazing job managing the program, taking all kinds of extra responsibility, especially after the very unfortunate passing of Ivica. But I want to start by really thanking Jane and Tom for an outstanding job on running the program committee, the review process, and everything else as program co-chair. So thank you very much for doing that, and applause, and I hope that there are many applauses going over the screen. The second two that I wanted to mention, and sorry, maybe this is not the right order, but Helena Hansen-Olsen and Jacosteva were the poster co-chairs. I think we had a really interesting poster program with lightning talks, 3-minute lightning talks, and then breakout rooms where all the poster presenters could host people. We had quite a few, I think 10 posters if I'm not mistaken. So that was very well appreciated by many that I talked to. So thank you to both of them. And then continuing, Ipek did, I think, a really good job on the industry chair role. Also the program this afternoon that I unfortunately, because of earlier commitments, could not be part of, but I only heard very, very good things about, as well as, so thank you, Ipek, for doing that. And Henry, as the conference promoter, tirelessly looking after emails for authors, getting Twitter handles, and God knows what else in order to get as much visibility of the conference as possible. Thank you very much, Henry, for taking the energy and doing that. We really appreciate it. And then finally, but most certainly not least, there is someone who has taken a lot of responsibility here, Lucy, who did not only do proceedings, but did also all the interactions on the virtualization with Midspace, the interaction with ICSI around virtualization. And I think that Lucy really deserves a warm thank you from all of us in the community, because this was really very well done. And even though I couldn't share my screen in the last session, that is undoubtedly Midspace and most certainly not Lucy. Now, with that, I want to thank all of you for attending Kane 2022. We're now closing this conference and we'll start working on preparing for Kane 2023. But of course, even though I thanked all the organizers of the conference, no conference exists without an audience. So I also wanted to thank all of you for taking the time and energy to write and prepare papers, be active in the sessions, actively ask questions, and interact with each other. And we really appreciate the community that we are building together. Around AI engineering, which I think we have all recognized as a very important topic. So with that, thank you for this year, and I look forward to welcoming you, many of your colleagues, and many others during CANE 2023. Thanks a lot, and until next year.
Before we end, let's just all give a huge thank you to Jan, who stepped up, organized meetings, didn't take on any specific role, but we really couldn't have done it without you, Jan. So thank you